What's up, everyone? It is the first episode of Throwing Light. I am LTJ Reeds. If you're not throwing light, you're not acting right. Here we are. We're kicking off. We did 69 episodes last year, so let's see how many we do this year. I thought it was completely appropriate for me to start this year off with people in my local community, and I am glad to be introducing this week both my Sash daughter and my Sash son. But tonight I have my Sash daughter, Ms. Austin Eagle. Seal, how are you? Tell everyone hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm doing wonderful. And thank you so much, LTJ.
Of
I appreciate you having me
course,
on here.
of course. I'm here to set you up for success. So, okay, so we're going to jump right in, y'all. We're going to just be talking about various aspects of SEAL service in the community. So I want to go ahead. We do have a few people in the room. If anyone else joins, that's great. For y'all that are watching this episode, like most of y'all after it's aired, just remember we do these mostly every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. With that kicking off, Seal, I am so excited to have you on the show. I'm glad that you were able to step up and fulfill the role as the next Miss Austin Eagle. I'm very grateful for you doing that and definitely coming into the competition and making it. You kept it classy and you kept it competitive, and I appreciate that. So why don't you tell everyone a little bit about how you first got involved in the community and what's led you to here?
Yes. Well, I am so thrilled to be Miss Austin Eagle. It has been an honor, and I've met so many people and had so many experiences already. I'm truly looking forward to the rest of the year. Um, my intro into the community actually started off really early. I entered my first dynamic right around 17 to 18, and I was in that dynamic for 15 years. I had been exposed to MS, but I had not actually entered the community until my early 30s. So I've been in the community now for about 3 years. Um, After meeting the community and realizing, how much family there was and what I truly needed was found here, I just became inspired to go ahead and help anybody that I can. There's so many bridges that need to be made within our community, and to go ahead and bring this family together, I just I can't wait to be part of it. And then I've seen so much growth and prosperity already.
So, was being a title holder ever something you had thought you would do? This wasn't like a plan. It kind of was like it came to you and you took the opportunity, right?
Absolutely. I had seen the posting for the Austin Eagle competition, and we absolutely adore the Austin Eagle. When we first started there, it was their first inaugural opening, and they had brought us in. They became the home bar of the Onyx Pearls, which my partner at the time was the president of. Um, and so we absolutely love the Austin Eagle, and I wanted to jump at the opportunity to help. I do a lot of traveling. I have an opportunity and a platform already to go ahead and help build these bridges, and this was just even more of a stage to go ahead and jump on and see who I can help.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty fresh. What are some of the things or what's been one of the important things that you feel like you need to lead in this moment?
Right now, I think that it's really important to focus on the marginalized groups in our communities, bringing them together and bringing a spotlight to them. By those, I mean our BIPOC individuals, our differently abled individuals, our service individuals, and volunteers who are often behind the scenes and whose contributions aren't often seen. I think it's really important to go ahead and shine light on them and bring their contributions to the forefront, because there's so many classes and so many opportunities and resources that could go ahead and be built with building these bridges. And this is all a family. The more that we can bring together, the better.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Um, you know, have in your time coming into the community, we have about the same time. So I'm going to reckon your entrance was around Austin Kink Weekend of 2023.
Yes, it was.
Okay, that
Yeah.
was like
Mhm.
my kind of coming out too. So
Yes.
okay, cool, right on. So we have about the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I
so
think it was actually 2022, I believe. It was the first Austin Kink weekend.
okay, so I was
Yes.
after that. I didn't I wasn't in the one after that, but I know
Hmm.
that Goddess won the one I competed in 2023.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
so so you have this title. You're going to be. I mean, this is just you're still in the beginning phases. You just got it. You still have like 10 months. What did you feel in getting this platform? Because you've already built something. What were some of the things you wanted to accomplish with the title this year?
Well, I really would like to get out and go ahead and represent the Austin Eagle as I travel because I think it's important for people to know that we have an Eagle here in Austin that is open and supportive, and that's a great resource for those looking for family and connections. I think historically been critical to our community to go ahead and have a place where everyone can meet and be safe. And I would like as many people as possible to know that Austin has that right here. I would also like to go ahead and give light to, like I said, all the not only the marginalized groups, but just the fact that there are so many subcultures within our community. And the more bridges we can build, it helps eliminate that us and them mentality. And it helps bring a united front. And I think, especially in the coming year, it's going to be really important to go ahead and utilize that.
I knew coming in as the first Mr. Austin Eagle exactly what you're doing right now, the visibility, traveling, using the platform to give exposure because we have a very unique Austin Eagle. And
Yes.
I am able to be comfortable. I can stand proudly and be like, hey, I'm one of the faces of this community because we treat each other so well. But what I have found, and maybe I hope that you found this through your journey, that we are pretty progressive in our, even though we're kind of a smaller thing, like we are a little bit more conscious. And I'm not saying that other communities aren't, but I think we do intentionally try to make sure we're being as inclusive as possible. I'm not saying that other communities aren't, but I know that's a big component of our community is trying to include everyone. And I see us trying to find all these communities and try to bring them into our space and bring them together. And I definitely want us to definitely continue to be a bridge into bringing more cis women and trans women into our communities too, because everyone matters at the Austin Eagle, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Um,
like you said, that the Austin Eagles done a wonderful job of doing that. I've been to numerous Austin Eagles, and I mean, they're all amazing. But
yes,
I'm absolutely proud of the Austin Eagle, how far they've come, and they are, you know, they're building bridges all on their own.
it feels great. Like it's interesting, like because I went by last night and it's family, it's family now. It's just, it
Mhm.
feels good. It's just always a very good energy for me to be there and see familiar faces, but to be in a space that also recognizes how much I care about the community, how much you care about the community, that we need community.
Absolutely.
The Austin Eagle puts on so many really, really great events and resources and so builds so many bridges. And I love to see it. There's so much going on, it's almost impossible to partake in all of it because there is a lot
Hmm.
of different subcultures that we're doing. But I love the fact that you're saying, the you versus me. And that's designed by our adversaries, our enemies, to even not put us against each other, but that somehow that we're against them because we choose to use our lives in a more authentic way. And that's just
Correct.
not the case. They're picking battles for us that we don't even want to fight because it shouldn't be a
Mm.
battle. And to be honest with you, Seal, and I'm struggling a little with this in 2025 is this idea of being political. And I'm
Yes.
kind of actually this conversation with you because I don't know if it's safe for us to be political. What do you
Hmm. Well, I think that it's not necessarily a question of whether or not you're political. It's a question of whether or not you're showing up.
think?
So just you showing up, supporting your family, supporting your community, being there, creating these spaces and making it safe for everyone, that is going to impact everyone politically because it's the environment that we live in. And we're not sitting out here, trying to beat people over the head with our banners and our trying to get people to go vote a certain direction just because. I mean, it's happening because it's necessary, but it's also happening because we're all coming together as family. And as a family, we step up and we're present.
Mhm. You're going to be in a very unique year. You're going to be one of the leaders in this 2025 year, especially with things like Project 2025. So you're necessary. You're needed. You'll be able to help guide our community to whatever because we don't really know what we don't want to be fearful, and we definitely don't want to leave for fear. But I do understand we don't know what's coming yet,
Mm-hmm.
and I know for a lot of people that creates anxiety.
Absolutely.
What are some ways that you think that we can maybe be prepared to prepare ourselves for whatever comes our way. Like, you stress about family unity. How can we just make sure that we stay bonded together and those bonds don't break and we're picked apart?
I excuse me. I think that there is the key, is that with that unity and those bonds, we're going to be better prepared. And being prepared is going to go ahead and help mitigate a lot of that fear. We don't know what's coming, but we do know that we can go ahead and band together and support each other and create safe spaces for one another, and that's going to help protect us. I think that we can go ahead and do that by simply just being more vocal and showing up and representing, getting people to come out to these events with us. If you know of somebody that is putting on an event, if you know of a vendor who's starting up, if you know of somebody in the community who wants to get into volunteering, or if you know just slaves and masters that need guidance. I mean, they're talking to one another and spreading this information, letting them know where these safe spaces are. I think that's really going to go ahead and help connect us and let everybody know that we do have family here.
Yeah, something to that, and what I'm really trying to spearhead in my second year as a part of the Austin family, is showing people we're here and that they can come, because there's still there are tons of people that don't know we're here. Not everyone's
Hmm.
connected to social media, word of mouth. So we do have an opportunity to push out into our community and make people know who we are and attract different types, because there are different types of people that come to the Austin Eagle here, and I will
Absolutely.
attest to that. In every walk of life, straight, gay, bisexual, pansexual, it's been an Austin Eagle. And I was really impressed with us um, being able to have even heterosexual people in our spaces and enjoy that. And I
Hmm.
watched that with my own eyes, and then
Hmm.
also get in their gear. Like, it was a very, I've seen really awesome people do some awesome things. And so people can't
Yes.
tell me it's not possible for us to exist in our spaces and be cordial and just be in the moment with each other.
Yeah.
um
And trying to embrace different groups and communities that you're not necessarily a part of. Go check out Austin Gears if you have not been. They have a dyke night. They have cigar socials. They have country music. I mean, the Austin Eagle truly represents what I hope the rest of the community is able to go ahead and latch onto, and that's just embracing all aspects of the human condition, all aspects of who we truly are. This is all family, so let's get together.
What do you've mentioned a lot about marginalized people and subcultures. Are there any particular groups that you think specifically need our attention, or we need to be able to assist and help and protect?
Oh, absolutely, especially with this coming year. I know that there's a lot of fear, especially in BIPOC communities. I think that helping to establish that we are all in this together is going to be absolutely critical. Helping support and not just saying that you do support, but actually supporting your friends, your families, even if they're not part of your specific community. It's yeah, so BIPOC individuals, BIPOC vendors, I mean, just business owners, community members, volunteers. I think that also differently abled individuals. We have many in our community that would really appreciate that support and go ahead and establish those resources. We can do that at events. We can do that while we're out and about, just supporting differently abled individuals. And I think that focusing on trans and women and cis women, I think it's just these are all communities that right now are going to be under attack. These are the communities that need to be prepared. These are communities that we need to support and we need to create safe spaces for.
Day one comes, they say, you know what? We only recognize two genders. What can we do? How do we keep that truth there? We're
Mm-hmm.
in Texas still. It's not going to be easy ride for us. It's going to be
Mm-hmm.
very hard because it's the biggest red state and it's the meanest. And
Mm-hmm.
we have to deal with that mean energy. There's a difference between being ignorant and being mean. And
Yes.
that energy is here in Texas. It is a willfulness to be horrendous towards
Mm-hmm.
people that are not like them. And the
Yes.
deal is that they don't even know what they're like. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's just, I'm in this very becoming, I'm starting to get in this like kind of like protective mood space of wanting to protect everybody because I don't trust these people. I don't trust these people outside of our community that don't see who we are and don't understand that we're human beings that wake up with our own problems every day. But this is what I say, Seal. I say, why would I want to make my life harder? Why would I want to make someone else's life harder? And that's what gets to me, that these people don't understand they're trying to make our lives harder, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. What are some ways that we could utilize the Austin Eagle space to be a bridge for
Mhm.
those that might be ignorant to us?
Well, I would like to say that they have come for us before. They're going to come for us again. It's during those times we've banded together and we've been the strongest and the most unified in our community. And I think it's really important to go ahead and focus on that. And if there is any us and them, it's us and the current political government right now. And we can still honor. We know, we understand gender, we understand sexuality, we understand the different groups in our communities. That's not going to change. We're still going to honor that, regardless of what happens in the government. And establishing that they have come for us before and we have come back and we've been stronger, that's the key points. That will happen again.
So, Angry Otter has a question. How will you center self care when being of service to the communities in this activism? Self
Oh,
care.
yes. I think self-care for all of us is a bit different. For me, it's really truly just taking time for myself and my partner and understanding when we need to take a step back, understanding when we need to take some time for ourselves, whether that be just hanging out in our hotel room during an event if we need to, or hang out with our family and just kind of getting away from all the energy in the community. Because sometimes it can be a lot. Absolutely.
And as your Sash father, please get yourself self care because I had to learn
Yes.
that. And it's ups and downs. And what I don't think a lot of people understand, it's if we didn't love our community, we wouldn't do this. But this is not an easy job. And putting that sash on comes with scrutiny, criticism, a lot of things. But it comes with a lot of positive things too: a platform, empowerment, all these wonderful things. But it's a wave of all those emotions, and
Hmm.
you're going. But I want people to understand when I had the title, it was an up and down. There were times that I
Right.
didn't even think. There were times I wanted to give up. There were two specific times I wanted to give up, but I had to remember that what I do enjoy is bringing people together and people treating each other
Yes.
right. So,
Mhm.
I want you to take good care of yourself still, and I'm sure you know this, but
Yes.
and I'm sure from God as she knows, but it's an emotional roller
Yeah.
coaster at times because we can only control ourselves. We can't control what
Mhm.
other people do, and
Absolutely.
we'll have a
Yeah.
plan sometimes, and maybe that plan doesn't play out the way we do because of this other factor that we didn't realize. But we live and
Yes.
we learn. Um, you know, what are some other ways to do outreach you think we could in terms of making ourselves more visible to the Austin at large
Mm.
community?
Uh, yeah, I believe that getting out there, and to get back to your previous question also is how we can go ahead and bring that into the Austin Eagle specifically. I think as far as outreach, we need to go ahead and highlight the different available resources in the community so those who need those resources can have them. We need to go ahead and make and create safe spaces. So if you have a community that you do not see represented, bring that up. If there's no space, make that space for them. If you aren't comfortable, come find title holders like myself, LTJ. I mean, we have many title holders. We're actually having a sash bash here soon, so you can come out and meet them. We come and find us. We will help make those spaces. If you know that somebody is in need, please reach out. I mean, there's so much here, so many resources and family here that we're all going to need to lean on each other, especially in this coming year. And places like the Austin Eagle can go ahead and support those spaces. I know the Austin Eagle specifically has space during the day. So if you want to start a group, you have space there and they'll provide it for you. I mean, like I said, there's so much that we can go ahead and do just to bring people into the Austin Eagle and let them know that they have a home here.
So let's have a little fun here. So I want you to give me three words that would describe what your legacy is going to be this year. They can
Okay.
count.
My legacy this year. I truly hope that my legacy comes to be uh, that people see me as a resource and as a beacon in the community if they need somebody to reach out to. I hope that I am able to establish, I have a group, Surrendered and Leather Leadership, that focuses on the slaves and on the volunteers in our community, on those who serve. And I would really hope to see that group take off and establish these circles and these safe spaces, particularly at the Austin Eagle and other Eagles potentially, where people can go and they can be seen and they can help the community and they can have the support that they need. And I also hope that people see that the Austin Eagle can have a representative that can go out there and build these bridges and represent the Austin Eagle in a light not just on a state front but also federally, internationally.
That's what it's going to be about. It should be so exciting. So I'm glad. I love that this is the beginning of the journey for you because I think you're going to do phenomenal this year. So I'm very excited about that. I'm here for you.
Yeah, I couldn't keep it down to 3 words, but
Oh, it was a try. You're the first person I gave that to. So in defense, that's hard. I don't know, but I got resource, beacon of light. I don't know what the third one is. Okay, so we're at this part of the show, and so we're going to do two new things. I'm going to start. Well, one is something I've been doing with the last thing we're going to do is going to be a new thing. This is the next to last part. Every time I bring someone to the show at the very end, I ask them, is there anything in our community that you feel that we are not shedding enough light on besides what we've discussed?
besides the marginalized communities that we've
Yeah, is
discussed,
there anything else you
uh,
got?
absolutely. I believe that our community needs to have a conflict resolution, a standard operating procedure for when violations have occurred, how reparations need to be handled, and how our community at large addresses these issues. There have been some predatory and some toxic behaviors, especially in the last few years. And I think that with people being really anxious and our community changing as the political climate changes, we have the potential to see more and more of that conflict. And I would like us to go ahead and shine some light on this and create a real, true community wide way of addressing this and keeping us all safe.
I think that sounds really cool. I think way it'd be because you be the change you want to see, right? And I think if we
Absolutely.
show the world that we hold our own community accountable, I mean that's a standard. Like they can't. It's kind of be like, hey, look, they're trying to operate with the best human principles as they can. Like we can learn from that, and I hope that people can look at our community and learn from us because there's so much good intention. And I love the idea that we do because I've had some situations where I had to question certain leaders and certain positions just abusing that position. And that's going to happen across anything. But I do like the idea of, holding people accountable for their decisions and making sure that they aren't doing things that are harmful because predatory behavior is a big thing. It happens in every community, especially in religious communities. And so don't think that anyone is not, privy to all of that. Okay, so that brings us to the
Absolutely.
end. So normally last year I tried doing this, and so getting everyone to say the catchphrase at the very end together. But I'm just going to let the guests do it this time. Okay. So we're towards the end, Sill, and all we got to do, we're going to close out this show, and
Okay.
you're going to say, if you're not throwing light, you're not acting right. I'm going to cue you to do that. All right.
All
You're gonna say,
right.
if you're not throwing light, you're not acting right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
If you're not throwing that rut,
Take two.
if you're not throwing light, you're not acting right.
That's what I'm talking about. This is going to be the new thing. I'm going to do clips of everybody doing that. So it's going to be so cool. Seal, thank you so
I
much.
love
At
it.
any point, I'm sure I'm going to be reaching out to you to be involved in other conversations this year on Throwing Light. We're going to be having
Okay.
several panels. I will keep you privy to all of that, all the information. Thank you
Wonderful.
so much for coming on the show, being my first guest for 2025. Nothing but love and support. I have nothing but praise and belief and hope. And I'm excited to see what you do, okay?
Wonderful.
Thank you
Thank
to
you so
everyone that
much.
joined in here. That the thing, there were tons of people. We got like 9 people in here. Thank you all that tuned in and watched. With that being said, I'm about to end this meeting. Still, I'll have everything posted in a little bit, y'all. This has been Throwing Light. I'm LTJ Reeds, and if you're not throwing light, you're not acting right. See y'all later.